It's everything to play for as the grand final remains wide open, and it is one of these two teams that will pick a spot. Will it be the Triveni Continental Kings or will it be the Ganges Grandmasters? We've set ourselves up for a big match.
I think overall they are not thinking anything of the past. It's just everything about these 6 games right now, and Vishy goes for the Karo Khan, which he has been playing in the last 2 games.
It's amazing to see Vishy employ the Karo one more time. Is it safe to say this has been his opening preparation for the Global Chess League?
I think so. He used to play the very solid King Pawns opening e4, e5, but today, and I mean in the last 2 games against Nepo as well as against MVL, he has gone for this opening and done well.
Is that a good strategy though, Sagar? Because now I'm sure Levon knows that Vishy is really used to playing the Karo Khan, so he might be prepared against it.
But Levon has played quite a safe line here. Oh, he's gone for the Pano-Botwinic attack here. Very dangerous attack from white. And I think Vishy must play carefully, although he's well prepared. So will be very interesting. All knights coming out.
There's a lot of tension in the center already between on the icon board there. And we can see a face-off between the pawns and a move on the queen side.
This is not a very common move if I'm not mistaken. You know, generally they bring their bishop out, black. But Vishy has played this move and you can see Levon has sort of stopped. Oh, he plays his move. He pushes the pawn.
He pushes the pawn. Sagar, pawn moves cannot be taken backwards. And the point of Vishy's last move was that he wanted to capture on c4. Tactics everywhere, but it looks like black has everything under control. But we see a very interesting approach there by black. A lot of risk has been taken. And Sagar, let's try and zoom into
Full
the
screen.
players. Let's get their reactions as we see moves are being blitzed out on the king side. Pawns have moved forward. Let's zoom into the players, and there we see that white did develop the bishop, after which a lot of action on the king side.
What a great camera, you know, with Maria. Look at that big camera.
Yeah, she's doing an amazing job in this tournament with some great pictures. Check it out on the Global Chess League social media pages all across on the internet. For the time being, Samay, if you look at the pawns, they have captured the entire center of the board for white. And it looks very dangerous for black. But what black is essentially saying is that you have your weaknesses. And that's what I'm going to attack with the knights.
And the weakness that you mentioned is on that queen side light squared pawn in front of the bishop. We already see Lenier's knight hitting it, the bishop hitting it. That's the counterplay. Black wants to win material. Meanwhile, white wants to play in the center, gain more space, and try and target the over-ambitious play by Lenier on the king side.
Absolutely here. This is actually very interesting. Also, look at the time on the clock. Wei Yi right now with 9 minutes 39 seconds, 36 seconds, while Lenier has 16 minutes. This guy prepares so well. He's always ahead on time. So this is actually going to be a very important game to look at. Shall we go to another board right now in this, the junior board between Andre Esipenko on board 6, and let's have it on full screen, and Jonas Pierre, because Jonas in this tournament has been put to test. He has had great positions for his team, but always towards the final moment, he has gone wrong a bit. But this one, I think he will be looking to score today. But look at Andre Esipenko, who looks very calm and composed, Samay.
Yeah, I would also be very calm and composed if I could see the analysis board.
Yes, the analysis board is coming up, guys, right now. We are bringing that up for you, but look at the shots that we have here on the Prodigy board. We can zoom in a bit on this board and try to see what's happening. It has been a Rui Lopez, I think, Tanya, here.
It does look like the Spanish opening or the Roy Lopez, as you mentioned. Sagar, for Andre Esipenko, it is so important to get over what happened yesterday. A completely winning position on the Prodigy board, and at the very last moment, he's the one who got checkmate.
Have a look at the second board between Richard Rapport and Yu Yangi, because there we have seen a Benoni on the board. Benoni is one of the sharpest openings in chess.
A very sharp, dynamic opening by two extremely combative players here. Rihad Rapo is very creative. He loves offbeat opening ideas. We saw him with the pawn advance in the last move, gaining more space on the queen side. And en passant there by Yu Yangi. And wow, Peter, what do you make of this clash?
Judging by the pawn structure on the board, you see black extending in front of his king. This is a very, very sharp position, and seems like some very committal decisions have been taken by Richard. I'm not a huge fan of the Benoni myself, but people who play the Benoni well score extremely well with it. So it's definitely a very ambitious approach, knowing that it's a board where the Grandmasters need to do well.
I think Vishy might be under some pressure. Levon looks very relaxed. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's +1 for Levon.
Wow, that would mean a big advantage for Lev. He does look very relaxed.
He's having the water. I think it's +1.5 now.
Yes, when the bottle comes out, generally players are very, very confident. But I can see that the white knights are firmly perched into black's camp. No, there's one knight outside the board, it seems.
Yeah.
A knight has been traded
Only
off
if it
there.
could come mine. It's
And we also see Vishy low on the clock. He has about 9 minutes to Lev's 12 minutes. So you might be on point there that this position, Lev looking comfortable. Sagar, I want to start with the first position on the board. That top left board. Levon versus Vishy evaluation. What do you think?
I like black's position because you remember we were talking about pawn islands. Black has only 2, white has 3. And so I think Vishy is slightly better there.
All right, so Sagar giving it to the Ganges Grandmasters just with a slight edge. Same, what do you think about this top center board? What's going on?
I think I'm the wrong person to ask this question.
Loving the honesty there, but also because it's a complicated position. This one's a tough one to call.
And here she's pressing Samay. It's a Sicilian on the board. One of the openings that everyone loves to see. But it seems like the black king is slightly exposed, or maybe it looks fine.
Yeah, but they, black even has the bishop pair advantage. So
Wow, well spotted.
right now, it might look that black is not doing well as the bishops are in a passive position. But once you get a break in the center, position opens up. Bishops like to be in open positions. So maybe this is a temporary, the position is not looking good temporarily. But in the long term, I think Hoi fan is better here.
Wow. Tanya, if we can go to board number 5 very quickly between Bella Kotenashvili and Sara Khadem.
Oof.
It's a game that is heating up like anything. Look at the pieces that Bella has got into the attack. It seems like Bella is on a huge attack there.
It's absolute madness on the board as the players are firing down with the pawns. There we see on the queen side, it is domination by Sara, but on the king side, going for Sara's king is Bella's own queen, rook, and 2 pawns there. Peter, how dangerous is this for the white king?
It is incredibly dangerous. I think Sara found a very important resource just now. Her last move seems like a pawn blunder, but she needed the rook on b3 to start helping in the defense. And protecting the pawn on h3 is just by far the most important thing right now.
Let's just show that really quickly, as you mentioned, that in this position, white played the move, pushing this pawn, just clearing up the 3rd rank for the rook to defend, Peter.
Sara will just be massively ahead on material, just continuing to collect pieces with every move.
What a big turnaround this has been. Sara is down a queen, but she's got so many pieces for that queen. And now it's Bella Kotenashvili who's in trouble.
By the way, we have a result on board number 1. It's a draw between Vishy Anand and Levon Aronian, which means that it's good news for the Ganges Grandmasters there. But, Tanya, where is their next point coming from? Because Sara winning here, Yu Yangi winning on board 2, Wei Yi winning on board 3. Oh my god, this is not easy.
It looks like bad news on every single board for the Ganges Grandmasters. They were the ones who took down Triveni Continental Kings in big fashion in the first matchup. But this is all a Triveni Continental King show. And we
That
see
is
Bella's
huge.
king at the center of the board. Is that about to get checkmated? Handshakes, it's game over.
Wow, Sara Khadem winning her 3rd game for the team. What a player she has been for the Continental Kings
She's
here.
absolutely been a super sub there for the TCK, and bringing in a hugely important 3 points for them. Does seem like they're winning this match quite convincingly, and that should give them a fairly clear qualifying spot for the grand final tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Or-
We have a result, Tanya. Wei Yi has struck on board number 3 for the Triveni Continental Kings.
That's their second win.
Yes, they are leading the match 7-1 right now. What a victory there.
And let's remind everyone, if the Triveni Continental Kings win this match, the Ganges Grandmasters are out of the league.
Should we have a look at board number 4? Maybe Wei Yi fan is the one who might get the Ganges Grandmasters their sole victory in this match. If we could go to board number 4.
Let's take a look at that. And the game is over. We are getting an update. What is happening here? Something has happened.
This looks like a perpetual, judging from the position. If nothing happened on the clock, I suspect there was a perpetual, and maybe they're checking. Yeah, and the Kings are going to be
Draw.
So this has been a
That's-
draw. 2 draws, 2 wins for TCK.
Triveni Continental Kings really believed in themselves. Oh, but there's a
win by Black. The
Ooh.
first win by Black. It's done by Rihad Rapo
But
on board number
it's
2.
not gonna be enough, guys. It's not going to be enough
They
if we
needed more than
calculate the
one, yeah.
score.
Yeah, the score right now is 6-8 in the favor of the Triveni Continental Kings.
Waiting for the miracle to happen.
But as the H pawn moves forward, the hope is going down, and it
there
is
it
right.
goes. Oh.
Triveni Continental Kings are the first team to make it to the grand final.
Wow.
Who would have thought, guys? I'm so excited, guys. This is the Tech Mahindra Global Chess League where anything can happen. We still have 2 more games left.
Yes,
And
2
what
more
a clutch
matches.
victory for the Danish junior, who's not had a good tournament, but
Yes.
won a very crucial game for,
Look
for
at the
their
smile
team.
on his face. He's like, yes, I've got the job
Wow.
done finally for my team. 11-6 is the score.
Expect the unexpected. The Triveni Continental Kings on fire, unstoppable over the last few matches, and it's time for the
Oh,
hugs to
hugs.
come in as they celebrate this big victory, putting a foothold into the grand final, fighting for $500,000.
Yes, absolutely, Tanya. And they have won how many matches in a row? 4 matches? 4 matches. So that means they were on 6 points, 6 match points, and they have now reached 18. Oh.
Just incredible action, and it continues in the Global Chess League. We see celebrations there, and smiles and high fives as Levon is with his team.
Even the color of the room turns pink.
Yes.
What a big moment, but spare a thought for the Ganges Grandmasters.